Welcome to the HCCC. I'm John Molson. Tonight, Game 3 of the GOJHL Midwestern Conference semifinal as the #1 seed Caledonia Corvairs host the #6 seed Stratford Cullitons. The Corvairs find themselves in a 2-0 series deficit as Stratford won 6-4 here in the opener on Thursday. The Cullitons returned home Friday, recording a convincing 6-2 victory. Caledonia will need to play better defensively here tonight and turn on the offense or face a deep 3-0 series hole going back to Stratford tomorrow night.
The next game, Midwestern Conference Cherry Cup semifinal game number 3. The Corvairs host the Stratford Cullitons. Would you please now stand for the playing of our national anthem?
The Cullitons, with a win here tonight, could go back to Stratford for tomorrow night's game at Allman Arena, looking for a series sweep. Tonight's starting goaltenders for the Stratford Cullitons, number 30, Nick Caldwell. He's played in 8 playoff games, has a 6-2 1-loss record, 18 goals against in the playoffs, a .226 goals against average, and a .942 save percentage. Caledonia winning the draw, clearing it over center before it's thrown back in momentarily by Ryan Watson. Watson grabbing the puck far side. The pass into the side of the net goes out behind the net into the near corner. Caledonia still trying to clear the puck as O'Brien hits the side of the net. Husak bowled over at the crease on the far side. And it looks like maybe the game's first penalty coming up to the Stratford Cullitons. No, it's going to be Brandon Montour. So Husak bowled over at the far side, but he must have been, Montour must have hit a Stratford forward into him, resulting in the penalty. Face off to the left, stick blocker side of Husak. The Cullitons winning the draw back to the blue line on the left side. Mitch Brooks down in the corner, back to the left, moving to the top of the point, back to Watson, down past the end line. Watson with it again, down to the half boards, moving back to the left is Shane O'Brien. O'Brien with a goal and an assist in Friday night's game in Stratford. As the Corvairs clear, Abraham clearing the zone and going off on a line change. Josh Miller losing the puck in the neutral zone. The puck squirting back to the defender, Mitch Brooks. Pass on the far side by the blue line, back in front of the net. Stratford going through neutral ice now before it's broken up and thrown back into the Stratford zone by Greg Christmas. Mescant, the pass over the left side The save in the midsection by Husak. The rebound coming out to the blue line in behind the net far side and back to Mescant on the left. Down the half boards, back to Mescant. The shot partially blocked by Jeff Swift as he clears the puck out past the red line into the neutral zone. Mescant down the left side by the blue line. The shot by Jake Ryan partially blocked by Simon Blythe. Riker Killens now on the right sideboards looking for a rebound in front. Ryan moving to the front of the blue paint and Caledonia breaking up the play. Jonathan giving chase inside the Stratford blue line. Watson now skating up past center over the Caledonia blue line around Ryan Blunt, and Husak having to go down on the far side to make the save. Starting goaltender for the Corvairs, we didn't get a chance to mention him, Justice Husak. He's played in 6 playoff games, has a 1-loss record of 2-1 as the play goes back to Blunt on the end line. Jonathan picking it up in the neutral zone. Brown backhanding it in. Husak with 18 goals against through the playoffs, a 3.98 goals against average, and a .877 save percentage as the play cleared around the far side board. Picked up by Heyman, the drop pass into the slot to Pleon. Husak with a big save off to his far post. Falling down on the play is number 15, Brett Heyman. He gets up, skates to the bench as Dylan Wetlauer clears it in down the far side. Wetlauer with 2 goals in the game in Stratford on Friday night. The Cullitons with 5 goals in the second period. The Cullitons skating out to a 6-2 win at Ulman Arena Friday night to find themselves in a 2-0 series lead. Puck going out of play near side. Game 3 GOJHL semifinal. Cullitons and Corvairs with the Cullitons in a 2-0 series lead. This game being brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions as Tyler Norrie wins the draw, draws it back to Montour. His pass through the neutral zone. Montour offside, turns around. The Corvairs regrouping at the Stratford blue line. So the Corvairs will have to keep a better eye on Shane O'Brien. Shane O'Brien impressive in game 1 here on Thursday with a hat trick, wide open on all those shots. O'Brien leading the GOJHL as Riker Killens shoots in off the right boards. Justice Husak making the glove save. Shane O'Brien leading the GOJHL playoff scoring race with 17 points in 8 games, averaging over 2 points a game. Adam Brady to take the draw from the right circle against Jared Culliton as Jake Pleon skates back to the bench. 3 minutes and 49 seconds in to the first period of play. No score between the Corvairs and Cullitons. The Corvairs needing a win on home ice tonight to stay in this series going back to Stratford tomorrow night. Abraham back in his own zone behind the end line, flips it off the boards to Christmas. The backhand up the boards to Matt Quilty. Here's a lead pass for Jeff Swift. The shot high up over the net going into the far corner. Corvairs will also need a big game from Swift. Swift with 13 points through 8 games as Brady's slap shot along the ice results in a rebound, but no one there for the Corvairs. Liam Mescant back behind his own net. Waiting patiently behind Caldwell in no hurry as he waits for Culliton to cross in front of him. Caledonia trying to intercept the play within the Stratford line now. A whistle on the play as Blunt threw the puck through the neutral zone. Jeff Swift going to the penalty box. And the Stratford Cullitons to their first power play of game number 3. The Cullitons with 6 power play goals in 38 chances for a 15.79 power play percentage. The Corvairs at 79.63%. Back to the left, down the half board at the left side. The pass in behind the net. Back to the half board, over to the left, and the shot into the near side corner. Play back to the right. Killens down the boards looking for Watson. Side of the net, near side was Jake Ryan. Falling on the play as Montour tries to clear the zone. Stratford keeping it in. Ryan turning around, dipsy-doodling by the right circle over to Killens. The shot, Husak sticking out the left pad, and Blythe clearing the zone. Blythe going on a line change, and Caldwell leaving it behind the cage for his defender. The pass up through the neutral zone by Killens. No pass available through the neutral zone, and the puck going all the way through for icing. A face-off in the Stratford zone. Adam Brady to take the draw from the left circle, winning the draw, puts it back to Blunt. Blunt offside, throws it back in, 3 inches off the net, picked up by the Stratford defender, Mescant. Down the side boards by the bench, passing off to Josh Miller. Miller turning around, a hit on Abraham along the boards. He goes up the far wall, cut off by Pleon at the blue line, and Brady throws it through the neutral zone. Caldwell making the save at the top of his crease. 20 seconds left in the first penalty to Jeff Swift as Shane O'Brien tries to go around Blythe, the Caledonia defender. Blythe falling down in the near corner. So Caledonia will get a chance on the power play now. Shane O'Brien going to the box for the Cullitons. From a Caledonia standpoint, that's probably about the best place O'Brien can be. O'Brien red hot, averaging over 2 points a game in these playoffs, including a 3-point game, a goal and 2 assists in game 2 in Stratford. Caledonia with 12 power play goals in 68 chances for a 17.65 power play percentage. Back to Montour, the wrist shot wide from the right. The Corvairs will need to get Montour involved tonight. We'll be looking for some rebounds in front of the net. The pass for Murphy from the end line by Gorley, sent back in by Montour as the Stratford defender clears the zone and goes on a line change. They'll need that hard slap shot from Montour off the right side. Montour, Caledonia's second leading scorer with 12 points. Here's a giveaway by the Corvairs, racing in, and they score. Short-handed, going to the backhand over Justice Husak was Trevor Sauter. And the Cullitons move out in front 1-0 with 12:11 remaining in the first period of play. Moving off the far side on a defensive miscue by the Corvairs. Jake Ryan unassisted at 7:49. I had trouble seeing who that was breaking through the neutral zone on the far side. Couldn't differentiate between an 8 and a 0. That was number 10, Jake Ryan, breaking through the neutral zone on the far side before roofing a backhand past Justice Husak at the near post for the game's opening goal. 1-0 Stratford Cullitons. In game 3, the Cullitons already with a 2-0 series advantage. Cross ice pass by Blunt. Here's another giveaway through the neutral zone. Husak throwing it up around the glass on the far side. Sykes trying to keep it in at the left side. Husak leaving it for Blunt, his defender. Puck up along the boards. Caledonia unable to get it out by their own bench. Brady having trouble with it as well on the near corner before he goes back to Blunt and up halfway down the sidewall on the far side. Through the neutral zone is Swift. Swift out of frustration takes a big slap shot hitting the skate of Pleon through the neutral zone. Killens turning around looking to go right back to the attack for the Cullitons with under a minute to go now in the penalty to Matt Quilty. The shot by Miller wide of the net on the near side, down the wall from the left. The shot, the rebound in front. Getting a couple whacks at the puck was Ryan Watson, but Husak coming up big, keeping it at a 1-goal Caledonia deficit as we approach the midway point of this first period. The Stratford Cullitons on top, 1-0 on the Jake Ryan unassisted goal. The fluttering shot in on Caldwell. Caldwell making the save, pushing it to the far corner with his left pad. Miller over the Caledonia blue line looking for the centering pass. Norrie able to take it away and throw it down the boards to the near side. Down inside 10 seconds on the penalty to Quilty now, as it's intercepted by Abraham, chipped off the boards far side, back into the neutral zone. Christmas shoots it down, but the penalty to Quilty had just expired, and an icing call will unfortunately result in another draw in the Caledonia zone. Brett Heyman to take the draw opposite Norrie from the right circle. Norrie winning the draw, deflecting it off his skate. The pass back for Christmas. Christmas leveled in the corner from behind by Mitch Vandergunst. Vandergunst to the box. Caledonia to their second power play. A face-off from the right circle, Stratford territory. Tyler Norrie taking the draw. Norrie winning the draw, pushing it off to the corner, looking for Quilty. Norrie with it now once again, turning around on the half wall. The shot by Montour, the slap shot, and Caldwell getting a piece of it with the glove. Dumped out by the Cullitons. Trevor Sauter giving chase before Husak puts it around the boards for Jeff Swift. Montour behind the net, Swift at the end line. Swift turning it over and turning around in the corner on the near board as Trevor Sauter has it taken away eventually by Brady. Norrie going through the neutral zone, trying to pass the Stratford blue line at the left side now. Swift back behind his own net to recover for the Corvairs. 1:02 left in the penalty to Vandergunst. The referee motioning to the bench, so possibly a too many men. No, I thought they motioned to the Caledonia bench. Mitch Brooks going off for the Cullitons, Tyler Norrie for the Corvairs. So maybe the extra man jumped on for the Corvairs too soon, because it looks like they're going to go off on offsetting penalties. 8:42 to go, first period of play. This game brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions, as Murphy ties up the draw in the skates. Silvestri moving around the defender, and a nice move to walk around Ryan Watson by the right circle.
Number 14, Mitch Brooks, 2 minutes for slashing. 5 of the penalties, 11-18. Corvairs penalty, 22.
So Silvestri trying to walk in alone and tie this game, but now it looks like he'll go off to the box and sit for 2 minutes. So quite a few penalties for both teams in this opening 11 minutes of the first period. The Cullitons on top, 1-0 by the Jake Ryan unassisted goal on the backhand. Down the far board to Gorley, walking over the Stratford blue line. Stratford intercepting, Culliton getting a high stick around the face. O'Brien going down the boards on the near side, getting a shot off, and Huzak cutting the angle to make a glove save. Culliton to take the draw against Semenko from the left circle. Culliton winning the draw, but it goes off to the near board to Montour. O'Brien checked on the far side by Blythe. Semenko chipping it off the board far side. Taken away by the Corvairs. Blythe looking for a 2-on-1. Semenko goes around the defender looking to get to the front of the net, but Stratford intercepts, now looking to go the other way. Ricci takes it away. The pass up the side board to Montour, shooting it back in. Montour gets himself onside, fans on the shot, but Semenko looking for it in the slot anyway. Mescant takes it away. The pass to Watson, up the far wall, back to Watson, looking around the defender, the shot wide on the near side. Back in behind the net, near side, back to the right. Pleon the shot, looking for a deflection in front of the net. Pleon with it again. The shot off the near board, 4 inches off the net, looking for a funny bounce off the boards as Trevor Sauter ties up with Blunt on the far side. Stratford gaining possession. Back to Pleon, his shot off Jonathan, defending at the top of the point. The pass from the sidewall intercepted by Brown, and he shoots it down into Stratford territory on the far side. Mescant leaves the pass for Watson, or leaves the puck for Watson rather, as Killens chips it in down the far wall. A fake shot by Pleon down the side, gloved ahead by Swift. Montour over the Stratford blue line. Jeff McCardle trying to break the play up as Stratford able to go the other way. Puck at the red line now as the whistle goes. Blythe and a Stratford forward, Riker Killens, tie up by the center ice red line, so the whistle goes for a face-off. 6:07 to go, first period of play. Stratford Cullitons out on top, 1-0, looking to go ahead 3-0, going in to Allman Arena tomorrow night at 7:30. Quilty the shot from the far side, a rather weak one from above the right face-off circle, just trickling in on Caldwell, who makes the save. Tonight's Game 3 of the GOJHL semi-final, brought to you by Arc Pro HD. See either live streaming feed off either team website. See us on YouTube or visit us at arcprohd.com. Thrown back in by Watson. Wetlauer down in the corner, or that's Trevor Souter, excuse me. Jake Ryan looking for the puck down beside the end line, walks down the board by the right side of the blue line. Ryan working his way out. A nice chance by Ryan before he loses possession of the puck. Quilty going the other way, passing off for Swift before Swift goes off on a line change. The bank pass off the sidewall by the red line. Eventually Souter picking it up once again and flipping the backhand down into Caledonia territory on the near boards. Norrie racing up down the near side. Connor Murphy at the side of the net with an opportunity before Caldwell covers up down on his knees beside the post at the near side for a face-off in the Stratford zone to the right stick side of Caldwell. Norrie winning the draw, drops it back for Christmas. Vandergunst with a nice sliding play, sliding across, blocking the shot of Christmas, and the puck ending up in the netting off to the right of Caldwell. Murphy trying to flip in a shot from the side at the near post. Murphy checked against the board on the far side before Stratford picks it up. Vandergunst looking to break out down the far side. Christmas cutting him off. The pass to Abraham down the far side. Flip back in by Miller, stopped momentarily by Husak before Christmas throws it up around the boards to Abraham. Abraham losing possession, getting it back, going down the far side to Murphy. Murphy giving it back to Norrie, now behind his own net as Murphy backhands the puck off the boards in his own territory. Stratford going off on a line change. Abraham clearing it. The pass, the Caledonia forward falls down, and the Cullitons right back to the attack, losing the puck to Abraham. Shot back in by Pleon. Husak leaving it for Abraham. Abraham going off the glass on the far side. Pleon back for the Cullitons. Brown turning around on the half wall, goes down by the end line to Gorley, taken away by the Cullitons. Jonathan now in behind the net, turns around far side, over by the end line. The pass back to Gorley, looking for Jonathan once again, but it's taken away by Jared Culliton. Jared Culliton falls down, gets the pass off to Shane O'Brien anyway. With 3:15 to go, first period of play, as Spencer Gorley goes off for tripping Culliton through the neutral zone. And the Cullitons will look to double their lead. Ryan Watson to take the draw off to the left stick side of Husak. Brady winning the draw for the Corvairs, knocking it back to Blunt. Blunt going all the way around the wall far side. And Jeff Swift throwing it back into Stratford territory. Ryan Watson turning around, avoiding the forecheck of Jeff Swift. Moskant inside his own blue line. The pass up the far side into the slot over to Ryan. Ryan shot high up over the net. Moskant recovers the puck on the left side. Killen's back now inside his own blue line, skating backwards before throwing a puck through the neutral zone. Blunt picking it up, throwing it back to neutral ice. Ryan over the right, the possible 2-on-1 as Watson open on the far side. Can't do anything with it. Back to Moskant, over to Killens. Looking back door for Sauter over by the end line out the near side. 2:13 to go. 56 seconds left in the penalty to Gorley. Over to the right, back door, the shot by Jake Ryan. And Husak getting the left pad across at the near side to make the save. Killen's top of the point, down to Ryan. Ryan looking for the cross-ice pass. Intercepted by Brady as the Corvairs take a much-needed line change. Behind his own net, Pleon up to O'Brien. O'Brien crossing the red line, shooting a pass in off Blythe and ending up in the far corner. Back to the left, over to the right to Pleon. In at the left circle, and they score. The Cullitons doubling their lead. The goal by Jake Pleon right at the left face-off circle dot. And the Cullitons outmatching the Corvairs, looking to go back to Allman Arena tomorrow night with a commanding series lead. So at 18:39, so Shane O'Brien getting credit for the goal. Sometimes it's hard to see when a player's back is turned. Got my 11 and 12 mixed up. Pleon did eventually draw an assist on that play as Moskant throws the puck in around the near boards, the puck coming out the far side. Blunt, the pass through the neutral zone to Zemenko. Ricci, Zemenko calling for it. The shot by Ricci and a whistle on the play as we go down inside the last minute. Tonight's presentation of Game 3 of the GOJHL Midwestern Conference semifinal is being brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. Game 3 with Stratford in a 3-0 lead as the shot by Abraham partially blocked. Sauter throwing a backhand in from the red line. And a whistle on the play with 37.2 seconds to go in the first period. Shane O'Brien from the face-off circle, left side. Husak with no chance on the play. Jake Ryan streaking through the neutral zone, going to the backhand over Husak at the near post for the game's opening tally. Under 15 seconds to go now. Puck beyond the red line as Christmas losing it in the neutral zone. Sauter moving over the Caledonia blue line left side for one last shot. The horn goes. So on goals by Shane O'Brien and Jake Ryan, the Stratford Cullitons will go to the dressing room with a first period lead, already leading this series 2-0. This game brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. And at the end of the first period of play, with the Stratford Cullitons on top 2-0 in this series, it's the Stratford Cullitons 2 and the Caledonia Corvairs no score. Midwestern Conference semifinal with the Cullitons already on top in the series by 2 games. Jake Ryan got the first hit at 7:49 to put the Cullitons out front. The Cullitons extending their lead on the Shane O'Brien goal, his 18th point in the playoffs at 18:39. The Corvairs seemingly in a world of trouble as we start this second period, already down a pair in this series, going back to Allman Arena for tomorrow night's game. Watson and Zemenko facing off at the center ice red line. Watson winning the draw, picking it up on the far boards. Trevor Sauter halfway down the boards, far side, losing possession of the puck. Blythe all the way around the horseshoe, cut off by Sykes, who moves down the boards trying to gain possession of the puck. Hit there, a quick shot by Ryan, rebound in front of the net, and as Fabrici touches up the puck, Stratford going to another power play. So Caledonia with 4 or 5 penalties in the first. This won't help them as Montour heading off to the box. The Cullitons looking for rebounds in front of Husak, trying to extend a 3. Jared Culliton to take the draw from the left circle, winning the draw down to the left side to O'Brien. O'Brien back to the point to Pleon, back to O'Brien, cross ice, the shot. Husak doing the splits to make the save. Play on the far wall, over to the left. Miller losing possession of the puck. Swift falling down at the right side. Fans calling for a penalty. Nothing there as O'Brien regroups in the neutral zone. Fans on the pass, moves back down into the slot. Down on the far side goes Watson off the pass by O'Brien. Blunt eventually picking up the puck, throwing it down the ice, and killing off the first 45 seconds of the penalty to Montour. Down the far side by the blue line, Watson now streaking up through center, trying to cut around the defender. Christmas has it taken away as Norrie skates down the far side. Brown on the far side, moving around Mescant, the defender. The bad angle shot, and they score! So Mitch Brown down at the end line, squeaks it in past the right pad of Nick Caldwell. Caldwell unable to get the pad down, and the Corvairs cut the deficit on somewhat of a break by Mitch Brown down at the end line. Mitch Brown short-handed while Montour sits in the box, somehow squeaking it past the right pad of Caldwell. Ryan over the right side of the blue line, halfway down the boards far side. Into Watson, back to Ryan. Brown looking to take it away. The shot off the left side by Killens, or off the right side, excuse me. Husak making the kick save, kicking it off into the crowd in the netting directly behind him for a face-off from the right circle, Caledonia zone. Wetlauer down in the corner. Stratford still on the power play for another 15 seconds. Killens over to Moscant, back to Killens. The shot through traffic and off the right pad of Husak. Moscant throws it down the boards. It comes out on the short pass by Wetlauer. Abraham falling down, losing his stick and grabbing his head in his hands off to the left of Husak. About 4 inches off the blue paint below the right circle in the Caledonia zone as the Caledonia trainer comes out to have a look at him. Ray McColeman out to take a look. Abraham getting up slowly, holding his face with his right hand. 2 minutes and 36 seconds into the second period of play. Mitch Brown cutting the Caledonia deficit with the short-handed goal at the end line down on the far side while Montour was in the box. So 2 minutes into this second period, the Corvairs cut the deficit. Abraham skating to the Caledonia bench, holding a towel over his nose. Tonight's contest brought to you in high definition by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. You can see tonight's live streaming feed on either the Caledonia or Stratford Culliton websites. You can also see us on YouTube, or for more information on upcoming games in this series, please visit us at arcprohd.com. Linesman cleaning off the ice the leftover remnants of Abraham's blood being scraped into Husak's net, as we'll have a face-off in Caledonia territory from the left circle. Heyman to take the draw opposite Tyler Norrie. Heyman winning the draw, going back to Pleon on the point. And a hooking call coming up. Interference to Mitch Vandergunst. Vandergunst to the box for 2 minutes. A possibility for Caledonia to now tie up this game. Connor Murphy taking the draw, winning the draw, but Pleon gobbles it up at the near corner. Swift from the right side, down the boards to Gorley, back to Swift. Swift missing the pass, Montour having to recover in the neutral zone. Swift right back up, Silvestri tipping it in. Murphy in the corner near side. Stratford looking to take away, Swift over to the left and back to Swift. The backhand pass halfway down the sidewall to Silvestri. Murphy in there, Gorley looking to turn around. Gorley now back at the right side. Swift over the left, the hard slap shot, 2 inches wide on the near side by Montour. In the corner, back to Swift, the shot getting a piece of the left pad of Caldwell. Sauter intercepting at the red line, and a short pass down into the Caledonia end. Murphy coming up around his net on the far side, back across the ice to Blunt. Blunt passing into the zone, looking for Quilty. Quilty losing it. Blunt going back to recover, crossing the blue line at the right side. Blunt moving down into the corner now, over to the far side to Quilty, to Montour, back to Quilty at the end line. Taken away momentarily by Jeff McCardle as it's swept down the boards by Riker Killens. Montour back behind his own net, skating up the far side by the blue line. Cross ice to Norrie, speeding down the near side now. Turning around, back to the left side, the hard slapper by Blunt, partially blocked, comes right back out to the left, in behind the net to Quilty. Norrie's side of the net, the shot blocked by Mescant Culliton. Brady chipping away at the side of the net from down behind the end line. Montour back to touch up, but the play goes for icing. 15:07 left to go, second period of play. The penalty to Mitch Vandergunst now over, and the Cullitons back to full strength. Zemenko to take the draw, right circle, losing out to Jared Culliton, dropping back behind the net. Mescant around the sidewall. Zemenko shooting it right back in. Picked up by Culliton at the left circle, clears it to the neutral zone, and rainbowed back in by Simon Blythe. Blythe moving the puck down into the corner to Zemenko, intercepted by Stratford coming the other way. Vandergunst flips it off the boards on the far side and goes off on a line change. Blythe by the end line, near corner, tied up by two Stratford forwards. Mitch Brooks, the defender, and another Stratford player, tying up the Caledonia player at the end line for a face-off in the left circle off to the right of Husak. Trevor McDonald winning the draw, looking for O'Brien on the wing, taken away by Christmas. Shot up the glass far side, all the way down in behind the Stratford net. Murphy trying to cut it off, throwing back up the boards by the Cullitons, all the way down the ice. Nobody there for either side, and a face-off in the Stratford zone. On the out-of-town scoreboard, 13 minutes to go at Kinsman Arena in Kitchener. The Dutchmen and Cambridge Winterhawks in a 2-2 tie after Cambridge stormed out to a convincing 8-1 victory last night to cut their series deficit to 2-1. Christmas shot off the right, looking for a deflection. In front of the net was Abraham. 3:49 to the midway point of this game. Abraham checked in behind the net. Four players looking for the puck. O'Brien slapping a forehand down the far boards. O'Brien picking it up by the red line once again and bouncing it into Caledonia territory off the end boards on the far side. Ryan flips a backhand in. Christmas, a hard shot off the boards down around the far side. Watson picking it up right side of the blue line, possible 2-on-1, but he shoots high and up over top of Husak. Ryan's shot deflecting off Norrie, moving off into the corner near side, and they score. So a giveaway by Caledonia on the far side. Ryan Watson getting the third Stratford goal. And the Cullitons getting their 2-goal lead back with 13:02 to go in the second period of play. The Stratford Cullitons now out on top, 3-1, leading the series 2-0 in this GOJHL Midwestern Conference semi-final. Blunt throws it down the boards. Jake Ryan and Mike Cleon drawing assists as play back into the neutral zone. Dumped back in by McCardle, takes a funny bounce. Stratford right back in the slot. The funny bounce almost resulting in another good scoring chance for the Cullitons. Blunt gloving it down, and the slapper off the right pad of Caldwell. Henderson at the neutral zone has to go back in his own zone for his teammate Blunt. Blunt throwing it up the boards far side. Silvestri hitting the outside of the post on the far side, back to the blue line to Blunt on the left. The shot, Gorley moving in behind the net near side now. Norrie with the puck behind the net. The shot, and they score! A wide open Spencer Gorley on the beautiful pass by Norrie. Gorley moving himself into the slot, wide open. Gorley moving to the forehand and cutting the Caledonia deficit back to 1 once again. One minute and 56 seconds to the midway point of Game 3, brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. As the shot by Riker Cullitons goes into the right glove of Justice Husak. So after Watson scored at 6:58, Gorley gets it right back at 8:04. A shot by Sykes, 2 inches off the ice into the glove of Husak. Husak having to make 2 key glove saves. Let's see if the Gorley goal can be the turning point for the Corvairs as Gorley goes right back out there. Norrie winning the draw, going off to Montour on the board's far side. Silvestri skating past center, looking to move around the defender, but broken up by Moskant. McCardle picks it off in the neutral zone, moves over the right side of the blue line by himself. The shot deflecting off the stick of Justice Husak and out of play on the right side. Face-off right circle, Caledonia zone, Jared Culliton against Adam Brady. Brady winning the draw, looking back for Montour on the far side. Montour rims it all the way around the boards out the near side. Husak covering up now as 2 Stratford forwards come bearing down on him. Face-off from the left circle as Caledonia has a full line change here. Caledonia getting the last change. This game brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. Play on the far wall now up to Ricci, broken up by Moskant. You can see tonight's Game 3, the live streaming feed off either team website as the puck goes around the far side. Ricci losing the puck to Pleon, back to O'Brien. O'Brien already with 1 goal tonight, looking around to move around the defender, Blunt. Blunt doing a nice job of cutting him off. What do we say at the top of the telecast? Have to keep Shane O'Brien off the score sheet, already with 1 goal tonight, his 18th point through the playoffs. A face-off by the Stratford blue line, Mitch Brown to take the draw against Ryan Watson. Watson with the 3rd Stratford goal, moving the Cullitons out in front by 2 before Spencer Gorley got the wide open shot off the pass from in behind the net by Tyler Norrie. Sauter tied up against the end boards by Blythe on the far side. 4 players now looking for the puck. The wraparound near side. Husak having to come up big with the pads, and the net knocked off its moorings in behind him. You can see us online at arcprohd.com. Please check the website for information on further games. As if Stratford were to win tonight, there's a possibility they could wrap it up tomorrow night. This meaning the possibility of Arc Pro's final Corvair telecast for this season. We certainly don't want to see that as Quilty moves up over the Stratford blue line, passing off to Montour. Quilty in behind the net, the forehand pass to Montour. Montour open in the slot, a little bit beside the right circle, getting a shot away, and Caldwell having to make a glove save. As we move inside the final 10 minutes of this second period, the Stratford Cullitons on top by 1 on goals by Jake Ryan, Shane O'Brien, and Ryan Watson. The Cullitons looking to go home after tonight with a 3-0 series lead. The Cullitons undefeated 4-0 through the playoffs on home ice. So the Corvairs would be in an even deeper hole than just the 3-0 series deficit. The Cullitons undefeated at home through the playoffs, play on the far side boards now. Ryan banking it off the boards back into the neutral zone. Watson, the pass off the right side, the quick snapshot by Ryan into the glove of Huzak. Face-off from the right circle, Caledonia zone. Trevor McDonald to take the draw against Leonard Zemenko. Zemenko kicked out of the draw in favor of Scott Dorian. Dorian winning the draw. Abraham banking it off the sidewall far side. And Abraham with the puck once again behind his own net. Killens with the forecheck, so he goes down the boards far side to Zemenko, turning it over at the Caledonia blue line on the pass by Meskant. So Stratford right back to the attack. They turn it over. Zemenko coming the other way. Ricci going hard down into the side boards. Zemenko in the slot calling for it. Zemenko, or McCardle, excuse me, cutting it off and throwing it back to the neutral zone before Caledonia clears it right back in. Leon behind his own net, looks to go up the far side. Swift intercepting. Swift with it, the backhand down the boards to Zemenko past the end line. Zemenko down behind the net, turns around, the drop off to Swift. The centering pass taken away by Watson, who jams it off the boards. The puck going through the neutral zone, picked up by Blythe, right back down the ice. The lead pass for Jeff Swift. Team starting to go end to end now as Mitch Brooks giving chase through the neutral zone. Swift inside the blue line, up to Quilty right side. Quilty backhanding around the defender and able to get a shot off the pad of Caldwell from a bad angle. But Swift nonetheless trying to tie this game up for the Corvairs. A face-off to the left glove side of Caldwell in the Stratford end. Leon taking the draw against Brown. Or that was Mitch Brooks, excuse me. Stratford now barreling down the far side, grabbing possession in behind the net is Jake Ryan momentarily. Connor Murphy picks it up, throws the pass to Henderson. Abraham now on the boards on the other side, or that was Briar Jonathan, excuse me, moving offside. 7:19 to go, second period of play. The Stratford Cullitons out on top by 1. Ryan Watson with the go-ahead goal in this second period. The Cullitons extended the lead to 2. before Spencer Gorley replied a minute or so later with the shot wide open in the slot. Here's a turnover and a quick shot by Matthew Henderson. Caldwell sticking out the right pad and deflecting it off out of play into the netting directly behind his net. Face off from the left circle. Norrie to take the draw against Watson. Norrie winning the draw, but Gorley turning it over. Ryan speeding through the neutral zone, possible 2-on-1, and Justice Husak with a big pad save. Husak having to be sharp with the padding before the puck eventually ended up sitting in his glove. Mike Bullard and Dan Brown pointing to the referee. They're trying to get the face-off moved, I believe. Face-off in the Caledonia zone, deep from the left circle. Watson dropping it back for Miller, deflecting up in the air. Caledonia heading the other way. Montour is on and goal! The Corvairs tie up the game on the fluttering shot by Tyler Norrie. The Corvairs tie the game on the pass from the near corner by Montour. So with 6:45 to go, Tyler Norrie ties up the game. 6:45 left in the second. Off the assist in the near corner by Montour. Nick Caldwell, no chance on the play as Quilty wrestles with Mitch Brooks from the right side of center ice. Henderson shooting it back in, so Gorley drawing his second point on the night. Goals in this second period by Mitch Brown. Watson for the Cullitons moved the Cullitons back out to a 2-goal lead. But Spencer Gorley and Tyler Norrie get the 2 goals to draw this game even with 6 minutes to go in the second. Husak throwing it up around the boards near side beside the Stratford bench. Brooks rainbowing the puck down into the corner far side. Shane O'Brien giving chase. The pass from the half wall into the slot. Zemenko cuts off the Stratford forward. Ricci down the side. Sykes losing the puck. And Dorian looking for it down by the end line near side. Abraham back behind his own net now. The lead pass for Zemenko. Zemenko leaves it, no icing on the play. Zemenko down by the end line, passes it down even deeper to Swift. Swift back to the blue line, over to the right to Christmas, off his skate, and he has to recover the puck in the neutral zone. Abraham turning it over at the top of the line. Heyman moving inside. And his shot from the near side by the left circle ends up out of play into the netting on the far side.
First pass of 2 passes to our freedom teammate. Courtesy of Vera Steiners, winning ticket number 683236. That's 3 digits, 2.
Trevor McDonald to take the draw against Mitch Brown. Left face-off circle to the near side of Justice Husak. Caledonia gaining possession on the far side. Montour flipping a backhand pass high off the glass and back into the neutral zone. Jonathan trying to grab possession at the Stratford blue line. Cleon cuts him off. Wetlauer moving up over the Caledonia blue line, left side. Killens checked in the corner by Brown, near corner. Wetlauer with the puck, twisting and turning. The short pass to Killens, taken away by Brown. Connor Murphy now wrestling by the Stratford bench to gain possession of the puck. McArdle turning it over. Here's a possible 2-on-1. Connor Murphy to the backhand. Had Briar Jonathan open on the other side. 4 minutes to go, second period of play. The pass deflecting off Matt Quilty. Blunt back to pick it up in his own zone for the Corvairs. Lead pass to Swift. Swift turning around. A centering pass. Quilty at the side of the net. Off the pass, Jeff Swift looking to go back door to Matt Quilty, and a penalty coming up to the Stratford Cullitons. Jeff McArdle going to the box. Caledonia to the power play, now looking to take their first lead of Game 3. Norrie losing the draw, the Cullitons pushing it back to the corner to Moskant. 3 Caledonia forwards looking for possession at the end boards, they get it. Jeff Swift offside at the right side. Montour back to the neutral zone, over to Swift, through the center ice red line to Quilty. Or that's Adam Brady, excuse me, as a whistle goes as the puck sits beside the Caledonia bench. So McArdle to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. The Corvairs look to take their first game, or their first lead here tonight. Actually, come to think of it, if memory serves me correctly, I don't believe the Corvairs have had a lead in this entire series. Oh no, excuse me, I'm wrong. The Corvairs had the opening tally of the first game. Liam Mescant heading to the dressing room. Yes, the Corvairs getting the opening tally in Game 1 from Mark Silvestri at 10:08 of the first period in Game 1 here at the HCCC. But other than that, that's been their only lead of the series. Caledonia to a 2-man advantage here. Liam Mescant checking to the head. He's done for the game. Swift down the boards, near side. Quilty with it, back to Swift. Over to the left, top of the blue line, Swift. Quilty halfway down the side boards at the right. Cross ice to Montour, back to Swift. The slap shot by Montour hitting the boards at the far side. The pass out by Brady, Quilty missing it, and Swift having to recover the puck in the neutral zone for the Corvairs. Here's a turnover, Watson looking to go around Swift. Swift impedes his progress enough for Husak to get a piece of it. Norrie coming the other way. Montour, side of the net, end line. Quilty, the cross ice feed. Quilty open momentarily. Swift faking a shot. Montour shot off Cleon. Montour down by the end line. Brady in behind the net. Out to the near side. Norrie back to Swift. Over to Montour. Swift moving in from the top of the blue line. Down the boards to Norrie. Swift. Montour the shot. Deflecting down the sideboard. Swift diving to keep the play onside, but he can't do so. So he goes off on a line change. The first penalty to Stratford now done. 30 seconds left in the penalty for head checking. That on Liam Mescant. Gone for the game. Culliton giving chase. Looking to move around Montour. Montour with an amazing defensive play. Getting to the puck at the last second to knock it away from Jared Culliton. Centering pass, Ricci giving chase through the neutral zone. Blunt back in his own zone by the end line, now behind his own net to regroup for the Corvairs. Stratford fans giving their penalty killing a hand. Lead pass to Henderson, he loses possession. Henderson getting it back, moving over the line far side. A possible 3-on-2 there momentarily as Gorley tries to grab possession on the near boards. His backhand pass looking for Silvestri ends up in the netting on the near side. We're under a minute to go now in the second period of play. Goals in the second. Mitch Brown cutting the Caledonia lead to 1 on the Caledonia deficit to 1 on the shorthanded goal. Brown winning the draw, falling down. 40 seconds to go now, flipped out by the Cullitons. Brown offside on the play. Ryan Watson scoring at 6:58 to extend the Stratford lead and get them back into a 2-goal lead. Spencer Gorley replying for the Corvairs a minute or so later at 8:04. And Tyler Norrie on the wide open shot in the slot, tying this game for the Corvairs. The Corvairs trying to cut the series deficit to 1 as the two teams head back to Allman Arena for Game 4 tomorrow night in Stratford. Tonight's Game 4 brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions as Stratford wins the draw, tossing it down the ice. The lead pass from the far side all the way down into the near corner for an icing. 21 seconds to go. Tonight's presentation brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. You can see the live feeds off either team website. See us on YouTube or visit us at arcprohd.com. Blunt shot off the right. Norrie in there looking for it. Picks it up on the boards on the far side. Swift into Gorley. Gorley looking for his second goal. The possible third point of his evening as he's also drawn an assist. The buzzer goes, and at the second intermission of Game 3 of the GOJHL semifinal between the Stratford Cullitons and the Caledonia Corvairs, at the end of 2 periods of play, it's the Caledonia Corvairs 3 and the Stratford Cullitons 3. Spencer Gorley and Tyler Norrie tied up the game for the Corvairs. We're just awaiting a final score from Kitchener. Kelly Grant, the most recent goal scorer for the Dutchman, with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third. It's the Cambridge Winterhawks hanging on to a 4-3 lead. Opening draw won by the Cullitons, chipped into the Caledonia. Mitch Brooks behind the net to the end line to Blythe. Dorian the pass through the neutral zone, and the hard shot by Ricci up into the netting. Face-off by the Caledonia blue line, won by the Corvairs. Dorian down into the corner. Ricci grabbing possession down behind the net, falling over. Jared Culliton picking up the puck behind his own net, up to Shane O'Brien at the blue line. Blythe takes the puck away, throws it down the side board by the Caledonia bench. Picked up inside the blue line. Jeff McCardle with it now beside his own bench. Tries to throw the puck through the neutral zone, but he's hit at the blue line by Silvestri. It ends up in a turnover and a shot off the far side. A rebound coming out to Zemenko as Montour mugged in behind the Stratford net. That Cambridge game against the Dutchman, game number 4, has now gone final. So your final score from Kitchener, the Cambridge Winterhawks tie the other semi-final series. The Cambridge Winterhawks and Kitchener Dutchmen now deadlocked in the series at 2 apiece. Norrie moving the puck over the blue line on the pass to Montour. Montour skating around the end line and out the near side. So Caledonia to the power play, looking to go ahead now. Quilty touching up, and it looks like the puck was touched with a high stick as the whistle goes. Face-off by the Stratford blue line, won by Norrie, and backhanded out of the zone by Josh Miller. Montour behind his own net with 1:23 left in the penalty to Jeff McCardle. Swift goes far side to Quilty, now moving on the end line, around the boards to Norrie, back to the blue line to Montour, in behind the net as Brady's side of the net squirting out front to the far wall. Jeff Swift with a chance, but the whistle goes as the net is knocked off its moorings. Adam Brady with a good chance at the side of the net by the near post, as Mitch Brown takes the draw from the left circle, wins the draw back to Blunt. The hard slap shot by Henderson sounded like a piece of the post, but ended up off the back end board. Blunt down the side to Silvestri, in behind the net. Henderson gathers it in on the far side, over to the left to Silvestri, down the half wall, now down by the end line. Gorley attempted to slap the puck off the defender and into the net off the far corner with 30 seconds left in the penalty to McCardle. Silvestri through the neutral zone. Henderson having to regroup, drops it to Blunt. Moving over center is Silvestri now, trying to move into the slot. Taken away by Pleon. His brother looking for the puck as well. Caledonia, an attempted centering pass by Gorley from the far side, taken away as Mitch Brooks gives chase in the Caledonia zone. Caledonia coming back the other way now. The backhand by Brown goes back into the corner on the far side. Brooks attempting a 2-on-2 as he moves in over the blue line, but Trevor McDonald moving in offside. 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the third period of play. The Caledonia Corvairs and the Stratford Cullitons now tied at 3 as we have a face-off by the Caledonia blue line. Tonight's game brought to you by Art Pro HD Video Productions. Zemenko winning the draw, dropping it for Christmas, his defender. Ricci through the neutral zone, Dorian giving chase far side, and hammers the Stratford defender into the far sideboard. Ricci, the flip pass over to the far wall, picked up by Zemenko. Dorian falls down, thrown around the boards by Wetlauer. Ricci cutting it off just beyond the end line near corner. Ricci falling down, picked up by Sykes, and he flips it out the far side. Christmas turning around, slapping it back into the neutral zone. Ricci through neutral ice, the short pass to Dorian, and his shot goes off into the corner. Montour throws it 150 feet down in to the Stratford end behind the net. McCardle now jumping out of the box, trying to move around Blythe. His shot hitting the end glass, the puck now in the far corner. Montour picks it up, backhands it off the glass. Wetlauer cuts it off. Brown trying to cut him off at the end line. They end up at the far side. Montour back down into the corner. Brown trying to pick it up. Heyman skating around the net. Past the left circle now. Montour backhanding it up around the near sideboard. Jonathan skating out past his own blue line. Tries to pass center. Cut off as Wetlauer looks for the puck by the Caledonia bench. Blythe backhanding it down. Miller losing possession of the puck. And Connor Murphy trying to speed down the far side before he's cut off. Blunt by the red line, losing the puck. The drop pass to Vandergunst. Stratford offside on the play. 6 minutes and 25 seconds into the third. The Corvairs and Cullitons in a tight one, tied up at 3. The Cullitons found themselves with a 2-goal lead in the second, before the Corvairs came back and tied the game on goals by Spencer Gorley and Tyler Norrie as Nick Caldwell covers up with the glove at the far post. Face off, left circle, Stratford zone. Brady wins the draw, ends up back on the point, and Henderson's shot just wide of the far post. Blunt tips it back in for a minute. Cleon, the lead pass to Ryan Watson, goes to the forehand, and Justice Husak with a great save. Ryan Watson maybe not getting as much on it as he would have liked. Initially, he was on the backhand for what looked like an open shot, pulled it to the forehand. By the time he got there at the far post, Husak put the pad down to keep this game tied at 3. Abraham ties up at the end wall. Brooks in behind the net looking for the puck. He does get it. Turns around, avoiding the check of Abraham, back to the left to Miller, and in front, looking for the deflection, was Ryan Watson. Caledonia able to clear the zone. And icing on the play, a face-off back in the Caledonia zone. Culliton to take the draw. Norrie losing it. Culliton back to the sideboards to O'Brien. The puck now in behind the net. O'Brien's shot ends up on the stick of Brooks. Brooks with a deflection. And Husak getting to the near side post at the last second before Brooks could put in the deflection off the initial shot by Shane O'Brien. Trevor McDonald and Mitch Brown to face off at the right circle. The referee doesn't like the draw, so we'll do it again. Brown winning the draw, but tipping it off the skate of Riker Cullitons. The puck ending up back in the neutral zone. Cullitons shooting it back in. Montour back to recover the puck for the Corvairs. Here's a turnover. Brown down the far side looking for Jonathan on the forehand. Jonathan missing the pass. Brown gets it back. Cut off by Miller. Brown still looking for it. Jonathan in there digging. Cullitons looking for the pass inside the Caledonia blue line, and the quick shot off the other side by McCardle as both teams go on a line change. 2:40 to the midway point of the third period. Puck intercepted by the Cullitons play on at neutral ice. Brett Heyman giving chase down in the near corner. Turns it over to Ricci. Ricci looking to split the defenders. Instead tries to go around Sykes on the far side. Sykes giving him a bit of a shoulder to get him to the boards. Ricci gets it anyway. And the quick shot by Zemenko right in the slot. And Caldwell having to come up with a big left glove hand. Tonight's Game 3 of the GOJHL semifinal between the Corvairs and Cullitons, brought to you by Arc Pro HD. The Cullitons with a 2-0 series lead. Christmas back in behind the net. Centering pass, Ricci's side of the net. Zemenko in behind the net, turning around. Back to the point to Christmas. The shot 2 inches off the near post. The puck now on the far wall. Here's Stratford with a break through the neutral zone. Sauter turning around beside the end line. The backhand down the boards intercepted by Christmas. Norrie and Dorian break in on a 2-on-2, but they move in offside on the play. Tonight's live streaming feed can be seen on either team website or on YouTube. Please visit us at arcprohd.com for upcoming details on future broadcasts regarding live streaming. The Corvairs needing a win here tonight, or there is the possibility this could be our last telecast, with tomorrow night's game back in Stratford. If the Cullitons were to win, they'd be up 3-0 going back home. The Cullitons a perfect 4-0 at home in these GOJHL playoffs. Puck beside the Caledonia bench. Caldwell making the stop and covering up with the glove before he could give it away on a bearing down. Matt Quilty off the far side by the right circle. 11 minutes to go now, third period of play. Cullitons and Corvairs tied at 3 as Brady takes the draw on the far side, wins the draw, draws it back to Montour, who backhands it into the corner. Gorey at the end line looking for the centering pass, knocked away momentarily before it ends up back on the stick of Blythe at the left side. Silvestri trying to move into the high slot, throwing right back in by Montour, but a whistle goes, apparently hitting something out of play and bouncing back onto the ice. Face off by the Caledonia blue line, far side. Norrie to take the draw against McDonald. McDonald winning the draw, forcing it down the sidewall far side before Caledonia tries to come out of the zone. The pass through the neutral zone. Matt Quilty bearing down on that right side once again, and Nick Caldwell covering up with the glove. Caledonia electing not to change lines. Watson wins the draw, forces it off to the side to McArdle, who drops to the Stratford defender. That is indeed Liam Mescant on the right side of the defense, moving into the slot. I thought he was thrown out of the game on the earlier head check. I thought that call was a game misconduct, but Mescant back out for the Cullitons. Blunt down the far side to Norrie. Mescant throwing it through the neutral zone, bouncing it up to Riker Killens, and a hard hit at the far board, top of the Caledonia blue line by Ryan Blunt. Nailing Killens, sending him flying. Vandergunst now hit on or beside the Caledonia bench as Jonathan clears it back to the neutral zone, far side. Jonathan making his way by the right circle. Murphy by the end line into Brown, the backhand into the corner. Abraham falling down beyond the end line. Picked up by Jeff McArdle. Killens breaking through the neutral zone. His shot off the stick of Brown into the corner near side. Swatted away by Abraham before he goes off on a line change. Or that was Jonathan, excuse me. Abraham still out there on the other side. Christmas in behind his own net. Flips a backhand down the wall, far side. Dorian looking for it. Murphy as well, but they can't clear the line. Thrown back in by the Cullitons at the left side. Christmas picking it up. Dorian speeding down the right wing. Moving around the defender, Mescant ending up in the net. No call. As Scott Dorian flying around the right side. Mescant getting across at the last minute and falling into his own net. No calls on the play. The referees are gonna let these teams play it out as we're tied at 3. 8 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Third period of play, game number 3 between the Cullitons and Corvairs. The Cullitons with a 2-0 series lead as it's backhanded back in, far side. Puck around the near boards now. Culliton at the end line. Taken away from McArdle by Ricci. Ricci wraps it around the far post. Caldwell may have got a piece of that at the last second. Montour back within his own blue line. Mitch Brooks on the forecheck. Goes down through center to Zemenko. Ricci crossing the Stratford blue line. Gorley with a goal and an assist in tonight's game. Moving around the far side, back to Zemenko. The backhand, the hard backhand off the far sidewall. Mescant picks it up. Trying to take it away from behind was Gorley. Stratford throwing it down into Caledonia territory on the far side before going off on a line change. Blunt down through center, tipped in by Gorley. Pleon back for the Cullitons. Gorley still trying to forecheck. A long shift by Gorley, but here's a shot here, wide and off the end boards. Murphy back to the point to Blunt, looking to Gorley in the corner, far side. Wrap around near boards, Silvestri digging for it. The flip pass by Ryan Watson, Silvestri picking it off in the neutral zone. So Caledonia trying to turn on the pressure. Here's a break on a 3-on-2. Big pad save by Caldwell on the right side. Off the quick shot by Brady. Backhanded back in by Blunt, picked up by Pleon behind the net. Around the boards, kept in by Henderson, right side, and the slapper into the midsection. Caldwell having to go down to make the save. .6:05 to go. Third period of play. Caledonia trying to get themselves a lead, trying to go back to Stratford with the series cut in half. Quilty tied up beyond the end line. Norrie side boards on the half wall, back down in beyond the end line to Quilty. The pass out front to Quilty, taken away by Wetlauer, tries to move around the defender, Abraham. Caledonia grabbing the turnover, Swift giving chase, and the Stratford defender throwing the puck back into the neutral zone. Quilty doing a good job of throwing it right back in. Abraham up to forecheck, Quilty as well, back to the defender, up the side boards. Christmas shooting it back in, up behind the net of Caldwell. The turnaround by Moskant, looking for a lead pass down the far boards at the Caledonia blue line. Nothing there. Stratford goes on a line change. Montour picking it up, going the other way. Jonathan down the far side, moving around the defender, in behind the net now. Coming out the near side, back in behind the net, looking for Brown. Blythe moving in off the point, right side. Here's a turnover here. Shane O'Brien on the 2-on-2, shoots it off the end boards, and Husak having to be sharp. O'Brien looking for a funny bounce off the end boards on the far side. A face-off in the Caledonia zone, under 5 minutes to go now. Third period of play. The Cullitons and Corvairs tied up at 3. No scoring in the third period. The Cullitons tying the game up on goals by Gorley, and Tyler Norrie getting the tying goal in the slot in the second period. With 6:45 to go in the second. Norrie at the blue line, losing the draw to Culliton. Culliton kicking the puck with his skate into the Caledonia zone. Caledonia eventually clearing, centering pass. Norrie right in front, deflects off to the far side. Norrie getting aggressive with Mescant. Mescant clearing the zone, bouncing it off the boards, and a huge pad save. The right pad of Justice Husak getting there at the last second. That's why Stratford's shooting off the end boards. They must know something about the end boards here. O'Brien going off the end boards earlier. Mescant doing it off the near side boards, catching a funny bounce, deflecting right out in front of the net, and Husak making the game's biggest save with the right pad. Henderson going off for cross-checking, and the Cullitons to the power play with under 4 to go now. Looking into the slot, Killens moving off the blue line, Watson's side of the net. Husak doesn't know where it is. Stratford digs it out. Swift able to bat at the puck, or Mitch Brown rather. The puck ending up in the Caledonia bench.
Fourth game in this series goes tomorrow night in Stratford.
Looks like Mitch Brown may go to the box. No, the ref was just thought he might get a delay of game for flipping the puck into the bench, but the ref was just giving a puck to the timekeeper. Draw won by Caledonia's Brown, back inside his own line to Abraham, who clears high off the glass out the other side and back into the neutral zone. Picked up by Ryan. Ryan trying to move around Montour. Montour able to slide it back down the boards into the Stratford end, down the near side. Mescant around the far side. Swift tries to cut him off. Pass up to O'Brien through the neutral zone, banks it again off those end boards near side. Montour slaps at it, loses the puck behind the net. Watson out to the left side to Mescant. Mescant throwing it right back into the corner to Watson. Top of the blue line, Mescant, high shot off the glass. Abraham taking it away. The shot off the far side below the left circle. Puck taking all kinds of funny bounces off the end boards in behind Husak. Husak having to be very sharp. Just 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Stratford and Caledonia tied up at 3 in game 3. Cleon moving down the half wall, cut off by Montour and barely out over the blue line. Norrie able to trickle it out into the neutral zone. Brooks picking it up at center, moving over the far side. The drop pass wide of the net, gathered in at the near boards by the Cullitons, down the near wall by the end line. Sauter looking for it. Brooks behind the net. Brooks, the pass. What a save by Husak. Jared Culliton wide open in front of the net. Husak getting the glove on it at the last minute. Sliding across to the center of the net, off the near post. And with the penalty to Henderson now expired, we are down inside of 2 minutes. Brady getting the puck off the deflection side of the net by Trevor Sauter. His quick shot covered up by Caldwell. Gorley falling on top of him, losing his balance. Gorley losing his balance, shoved in by a Stratford forward and bowling Caldwell over. 1:42 to go. Game 3 brought to you by our Pro HD Video Productions as Adam Brady takes the draw in the right circle. McCardle ties it up on the far half wall, throws it back in behind the net and flipped out to neutral ice. Glove down for a second by Wetlauer before he turns it over. Gorley moving over at the left. Picked up by Mescant, throwing back into the Caledonia zone. Montour up the side boards. Brady clears it through the neutral zone. Silvestri out the other side on the far wall, banks it off the end board. Swift looking for it, back to Wetlauer inside his own blue line. Wetlauer moving over the red line, shooting it off the end boards, blunt back. Montour skating over center, dumping it in. It looked to deflect off a Stratford player, but the referee's saying it's icing and a face-off in the Caledonia zone with 47.2 seconds to go. Face-off from the left circle, Caledonia zone. Culliton to take the draw. Caledonia winning the draw, forcing it to the side wall, but it deflects off Shane O'Brien, up and out of play in behind Husak. So a face-off at the same spot. Norrie and Culliton to take the draw. Key draw here. Norrie winning the draw, forcing it off the wing, but not out of the zone. Deflection side of the net is the Stratford forward. The shot blocked by Swift. What a play by Swift. Quilty moving around the far side. Cut off by Pleon. Quilty down deep. Pleon to O'Brien. O'Brien from center, hitting the end boards. Goes for his own rebound. Brooks in the corner. Centering pass looking for O'Brien. Back to Pleon off the boards. Ends up in the far corner. The turnaround shot The buzzer going. No scoring in the third period. So, no scoring in the third. The Corvairs tying the game up on goals by Spencer Gorley at 8:04 remaining in the second. Tyler Norrie with 6:45 remaining in the second. So, at the end of 3 periods of play, going to the first overtime session with the Cullitons in a 2-0 series lead. It's the Caledonia Corvairs 3 and the Stratford Cullitons 3.
Back here in Caledonia, Saturday, March 23rd.
So here we go. The first period in Game 3 of the GOJHL semifinal series. The Cullitons with a 2-0 series lead. This series brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. Now we're hoping the Corvairs can get a win here tonight, because if they cannot pull this one out in overtime, they go back to Stratford down 3. Stratford undefeated at home in the playoffs. If necessary, a Game 5 will be here Wednesday night at 7:30 as Tyler Norrie moves in to take the draw, wins the draw, drops it from Montour, far side to Blythe through the neutral zone, looking for Quilty. Having to regroup at center as Montour dumps it back in, taken away by Pleon. Going in on a 2-on-2 as Ryan Watson tried to split the defense. The lead pass, Norrie trying to glove it down, falling over in the effort to get it. Just 23 seconds into the overtime, the puck going for an icing and a face-off in the Caledonia zone. In that third, Stratford kept looking to hit the end boards. Culliton winning the draw, drawing it back to O'Brien. The shot in between the padding of Huzak. Swift racing down on the 2-on-2 through center, taken away by the Cullitons. Norrie back to recover the puck for the Corvairs. Quilty turns around up the sideboards, far side to Swift. Swift stops down to Blunt in behind the net. Moskant stands him up. McCardle with the puck now down the far side boards, backhands it off the glass. Brooks trying to move around the Caledonia defender before it's thrown back in by Stratford, taken away by Henderson, fakes the shot, moves around McCardle, the shot in between the padding of Caldwell. In on the end boards, far side, Blunt tries to tie up his man. Vandergunst with it pinned against the boards. Vandergunst back down in the corner, back to Vandergunst at the right side. Here's a break for Caledonia. Gorley, the pass in the slot to Silvestri. Gorley getting a little bit too far ahead of the puck. Was almost down past the end line before he got the pass away to Silvestri. We'll have a face-off in the Stratford zone, 1 minute and 35 seconds into the overtime. Ricci off the draw, Zemenko turns around. Killens gives a swipe at it. Backhanded out by Miller. Now the Cullitons going on the 2-on-2, and a big save by Huzak off the right pad. Killens at the half board, glove down by Christmas. The low shot by Killens into the padding of Huzak. Huzak having to come up big. Cusack with several key saves in this game, keeping this game tied at 3. Face-off Caledonia territory, back to the point. The shot off the end boards by the Culliton defender. Neutral zone is Ryan breaking out through the neutral zone as Blythe. The shot, a little bit of mishandling by Caldwell, but got enough of it to keep it out of the net as he was at the top of his crease to cut the angle. Face-off in the Stratford zone. Norrie to face off against Watson. Norrie winning the draw down to Montour. Montour throws it around the boards at the half wall, on the near wall now, out the Blythe centering path. Swift losing it in his skates. Swift with a great chance below the left circle, but got the puck stuck in his skates. Montour, the pass up to Swift, flipped in down the near side boards, picked up by Pleon, turned over to Norrie. Norrie in the slot. Brown looking for a deflection as Connor Murphy out the far side. Montour top of the blue line now. Sauter getting a stick on it. Murphy down near side, back in behind the net to Brown. The shot off the goalie. Brown chipping away. Murphy's side of the net. Brown from behind the net tried to one-hand it into the net at the near post. Caldwell standing up right at the line to make the save. Corvairs turning on the pressure here, trying to get the series back to Stratford tomorrow night at a 1-game series deficit. Brown winning the draw off to the corner to Murphy. Stratford getting enough possession to pull it out to the neutral zone. Waiting behind their own net now. Pleon back behind the net to McCardle, near side boards. Goes back behind the net up to Cullitton. Cullitton trying to break out on the 3-on-2. Blunt falls down. The back pass, and Brown finally getting back. The Stratford forward, Cullitton trying a back pass. Nobody there. If he'd continued on, Blunt had already fallen over. McCardle inside his own line. The puck beside the Caledonia bench now. The hard shot by Brown, hitting the pad and going out the far side. Caldwell getting just enough to keep it out. Blunt behind his own net, trying to come out the far side, does so, gives it to Henderson. Henderson losing it off the boards beside Mescant. Silvestri going in behind the line. The centering pass, the shot, the backhand by Gorley. Gorley ending up beyond the near boards. Gorley another shot moving out the far side. Gorley half sideboards back to the point. The shot and the wrister by Brady handled in the left glove of Caldwell. Caledonia really trying to turn it on within the Stratford line, but Stratford getting a couple good scoring chances as well. Cusack coming up big with the pads earlier on in the period. The pass through the neutral zone, Killens giving chase. Cusack goes up the sideboards down beside the Stratford bench. Dorian giving chase far side, turned over in the neutral zone. Dorian tackled in the neutral zone. Christmas behind the net. The Stratford forward trying to knock Abraham off the puck. Abraham with it once again, coming out the far side. Dorian down through center. The pass to Ricci, turned over. Abraham stands up. The Stratford player on the far side. That was Wetlauer. Wetlauer changed his mind. He was going to the bench on a line change and jumped back into the play over the left side of the Caledonia blue line, nearly ending it. Cusack stopping the puck in between his pads once again. 6 minutes, 25 seconds into the overtime. A face-off in the Caledonia zone, off to the right of Husak. Watson to take the draw against Norrie. Watson winning the draw, putting it off to the corner. Blythe touching it instead. Norrie pinning his man up against the boards. Blythe man falls. Blythe also falls. Back to the right side. Pleon throws it back into the corner. Sauter looking for it. Turning around is Watson at the end line. Blythe in behind his own net. Backhands it down the board near side before Quilty backhanding it down the boards all the way down into the near corner Stratford end. Montour throwing it in, bouncing it off the end boards on the far side. Picked up by Pleon as he sits and waits behind his own net. Pleon the pass through neutral ice, looking for Sauter. Sauter tripping it, or excuse me, Sauter throwing it into the far corner, picked off by Caledonia. Now back in the neutral zone, Montour getting a stick in the face from Sauter, but continuing on anyway. O'Brien falling down at his own blue line, thrown back in by the Corvairs. Miller down the near side boards beside the Caledonia bench, throwing right back in by Blunt. Gorley giving chase. Moscant throwing it out through the neutral zone back in to the Caledonia end as a whistle goes for icing. Face off back, Stratford zone from the left circle. This game 3 brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. They'll face off at center. Little confusion on that icing call. Don't know why they faced off at center ice. Brady losing it inside his own blue line. O'Brien turns around looking for Culliton. Brooks standing in front of the net. Henderson tries to cut it off, side of the net. Silvestri coming out, skating hard past center ice, banking it off the end boards. Gorley giving chase, getting there before Moscant. Moscant with a huge hit. Gorley gets up anyway. A quick shot, kicked aside by Caldwell. Back in behind the net, Brady looking for it. Gorley the turning pass. Christmas jumps in off the point. Husak having to come up big. O'Brien shooting off the far side. Abraham able to get back. Christmas jumped up into the play and was completely out of it as Shane O'Brien went one-on-one with the Caledonia defender. Face-off right circle, Brett Heyman taking the draw. Brown goes down to get it, goes lower to the ice to win the draw, puck back in the neutral zone. Jonathan losing possession of the puck, backhanded back in. Husak throwing it around the near side boards. Brown at the boards, throws it back to the neutral zone. The whistle goes, 1:57 to the midway point of the first overtime frame. The Corvairs and Cullitons tied up at 3. Jake Ryan getting the first goal for the Cullitons. Shane O'Brien and Ryan Watson also with goals for the Cullitons as Dorian goes down on the far side. Gorley, Norrie, and Mitch Brown with goals for the Corvairs as Dorian ties the puck up on the far sidewall. And that's where we stand, tied at 3s. The Cullitons with a 2-0 series lead, trying to head back to Stratford, up 3-0. The Corvairs trying to cut the series deficit in half a face-off in the Stratford end from the left circle. Norrie to take the draw against Ryan Watson. Watson throwing out of the draw in favor of Trevor Sauter. Norrie winning the draw off to the left, Montour end line. The quick shot by Quilty. Quilty grabbing his own rebound just beyond the end line, far side. Quilty grabbed, centering pass taken away, and the Cullitons go the other way down the far side. Jake Ryan moving in offside. Face off beside the Caledonia blue line. Neutral zone, far side. Trevor McDonald winning the draw, drawing it back to the defender, McCardle in his own zone. Up and around the boards, Leon can't clear. Centering pass for Ricci. Ricci turns around, falls down. Stratford heading back the other way. Trevor McDonald turning it over, moving through the neutral zone as Montour thrown out by Dorian before he falls down. Taken in the skate of Blunt. A lead pass to Zemenko. In behind the skate of the defender, a rebound. Ricci there. Dorian there looking for rebounds. What a shot by Zemenko. Killens looking to go around the defender. The two teams now moving end to end. Killens the shot off the right pad of Husak. Gorley down the sideboards. Montour in behind the net. Up to Ricci near sideboard. Zemenko slaps it off the stick of the defender Moskant. Throwing it around the horseshoe as the Stratford defender, Matt Henderson, back to get it for the Corvairs. The short pass to Silvestri, now trapped on the near sidewall in the Caledonia zone. Silvestri, the backhand, goes to Jeff Swift on the far side. Swift, a high pass up into the neutral zone, thrown back in by Moskant. Husak tries to go up and around the glass, can't clear the zone, and the turnaround shot by Culliton off the far side. Moskant shooting in from center. Husak having to react quickly. A bunch of lead passes here in the last 30 seconds. Play now going end to end, flipped off the boards. Blunt throws it back in. Moskant to recover the puck for the Cullitons behind his own net. Moskant moving around in front of his net. The forecheck by Brady trying to take it away. The quick shot, the rebound, and another huge save by Justice Husak on Mitch Brooks. The rebound coming right out to Brooks. Brooks with the slap shot. Husak coming out to the top of the crease off the far side to make the save in the midsection. Heyman to take the draw right side. Norrie ties it up in the skates. Brown eventually coming away with it down the far side wall to Quilty, now in the far corner. Vander Gunst down the side wall. Brown trying to force a turnover. Christmas stands up. A Stratford forward at the blue line. Norrie back for the Corvairs. The backhand out, up the side wall, far side. Brown flips it out, up to Norrie, crossing the Stratford blue line. The shot deflected off into the corner by Caldwell. Out in front of the net, Norrie trying to take it away, throwing back in by Christmas. Hits the end boards, picked up by McCardle, back to the neutral zone. Into Caledonia territory, picked up by Blythe. Down the sidewall, lead pass to Dorian, chips it off the glass in behind the Stratford net. McCardle hit on the sideboards. Dorian turning around. Ricci looking to move into the slot. Zemenko recovering at neutral ice and throwing it back in behind the Stratford net. Under 8 minutes to go. Overtime session now. No scoring in the third to bring us to this point. Blythe, half wall far side. Zamenko picks it up, tries to move around Mescant. Ryan Watson with the puck, skating through center, broken up nicely by Brady. Moscant picked off, moving through center as Brady, the shot, the pad save, the rebound, and Caldwell getting the left pad down twice to rob Adam Brady. Moscant behind his own net. Montour looking to forecheck, instead drops back. Watson off the near boards through the neutral zone. Shane O'Brien, the quick wrist shot wide to the near side. Brady trying to get it out of his own zone beside the Culliton bench. Eventually does so. Gorley through the neutral zone. The pass to Silvestri. Gorley moving in offside. Gorley says no, but the referee says you're offside, there'll be a face-off. Tonight's Game 3 of the GOJHL semifinal brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. Visit us online at arcprohd.com or see the games live on either team website or on YouTube. A turnover inside the Stratford blue line. Quilty moving around the near side looking for Swift on the far corner. Wetlauer into the Caledonia zone now. Ruffles a pass into the zone up over the net. Here's a big pad save by Huzak on Riker Killens. The shot by Pleon partially blocked. Dribbles down into the corner. Swift ties up his man. Wetlauer passing off to Trevor Sauter. Sauter going off on a line change. Swift picking the puck up far side. Down the boards, back to the neutral zone. Pleon picked off by Norrie. Moves around. The shot off the right pad of Caldwell. Quilty far board. Puck now down past the end line. Killens trying to clear the zone. Christmas shooting it back in. Hitting the end wall back on the far side, throwing up through the neutral zone. Taken away by Abraham. Caledonia now looking to go on the 2-on-2. Murphy, the shot, dribbling wide off into the corner. Norrie trying to pick it off. A rainbow pass. Shane O'Brien retrieving the rebound by himself. Side of the net, McCardle off the sideboards. Murphy pinning his man on the sideboard. The backhand partially blocked by Abraham. Back to McCardle, left side. Backhand pass in the slot. Culliton, the turnaround shot by O'Brien. And a high stick call coming here. The Corvairs will go to their first power play of overtime. Jared Culliton heading to the box for high sticking. A face-off in the Stratford zone as the Corvairs take a timeout to discuss the 2-minute power play. Tonight's Game 3 brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions, with Stratford in the lead in this series 2-0. Be sure to check our site at arcprohd.com regarding future games in the series covered by ArcPro. You can see us on the live streaming feed off either team website or on YouTube. But if the Corvairs can get a power play goal right here, we'll be back for at least Game 5 on Wednesday night. Norrie to take the draw, back to Montour, over to Swift, back to Montour. Swift, top of the blue line, over to Quilty, backhands it into the corner. Brady goes in behind the net to Norrie. Norrie waits, gives to Swift. Swift, the shot off the shoulder of the Stratford goaltender, Caldwell. 1:37 to go in the penalty to Jared Culliton. Face off from the left circle. Norrie to take the draw. Norrie winning the draw to the half board to Montour. Montour looks for a pass over to Swift, right side, hitting the end boards. Montour collecting it in, backhands it to Gorley. Quilty behind the net to Swift. Swift down to Gorley. Or that's Quilty, excuse me. Quilty back to Swift, top of the blue line. Fakes a shot and turns it over. Brian Watson slapping it down into the Caledonia end. Swift back to recover the puck for the Corvairs. Lead pass by Swift. Norrie has to wait for Quilty to get back on side. Quilty not able to get out of the zone in time. So a face-off from neutral ice. 57 seconds left in the penalty to Cullitons. Brady to take the draw beside the Stratford blue line, wins the draw, the short pass to Silvestri, turns around, goes through the slot, ends up off the skate of Matt Henderson, turns around, gives it to Blunt, down the near wall by the Caledonia bench to Connor Murphy. Blunt, Murphy, and another Caledonia forward, Mark Silvestri, battle for the puck before Stratford able to clear it down the far side, back in behind Justice Husak. Blunt in his own zone by the right circle, coming out over his own blue line, throwing it in off the end boards on the far side. Collected there by the Stratford defender, can't clear the right side of the line. Brady into the high slot, and a big glove save by Nick Caldwell. Caldwell sticking out the left glove, robbing Quilty at the top of the high slot. 2:48 to go, first overtime period. Norrie with the draw from the right circle. Abraham at the point right side. Norrie looking for a tip off at the side of the net. Norrie behind the net, far side, past the end line. Swift moving back in behind the net. Quilty digging for the puck. Norrie over on the left side, deep in Stratford territory. Rebound front of the net. Jeff Swift and Quilty looking for it. Breaking the other way is Mitch Brooks looking to move around Greg Christmas, the Caledonia defender. Quilty shoots it in off the far side boards. Jeff Swift beaten to the puck by Pleon. 2:05 to go, first overtime period. Puck tied up on the near side board. Mescant with the puck coming out the far side. Crossing center ice, shooting it off the end board. And Husak covering up at the far post. Montour with it now in behind his own net. Moves out the far side, the short pass to Zemenko. Zemenko over center ice, goes down deep looking for Ricci behind the net. Ricci turning around, taken away by Trevor McDonald. Moscant to pick it up in his own zone for the Cullitons. Now in behind his own net, the short pass back to the defender. Moscant turns it over. Ricci the shot, trying to go in between the feet of McCardle, the defender. Montour back inside his own line, throws it off the glass by the Stratford bench. Blythe in the neutral zone off the far side boards, picked up by Mescant, and he flips it up by the line, but it's cut off and lands up in deep on the far side. Zemenko gives a face wash to the Stratford player and goes off onto the Caledonia bench. Turned over in the Caledonia zone Wetlauer down the side, down in deep by the end line. Watson looking for a rebound out to the top of the point. The shot hitting the end boards. Husak doing the splits and knocking the net off the moorings. 21.5 seconds to go in the first overtime. Face-off in the Caledonia zone off to the right of Husak. Ryan Watson to take the draw against Adam Brady. No, Norrie will take it now instead. Norrie winning the draw, goes back to Blunt. Blunt pinned up against the boards before eventually falling over, landing on the puck. And a whistle goes with 14.4 seconds left in the first overtime session. Face-off Caledonia zone, left circle. Watson to take the draw against Norrie. Norrie winning the draw, but O'Brien gathering it in. Husak making the save, forcing it off to the corner near side. Players forcing play on the near side board, down in behind the end line. Blunt eventually trapping it on the boards for a face-off. 1.9 to go now. Stratford will need a shot right off the face-off. Husak at the top of his crease to cut the angle. Culliton wins the draw. A quick pass to Shane O'Brien, but the buzzer goes. No scoring in the third or in the first overtime. So we go to a second overtime. At the end of the first overtime, it's the Caledonia Corvairs 3 and the Stratford Cullitons 3. HCCC filled with excitement as we head to the second overtime. The Caledonia Corvairs and Stratford Cullitons tied at 3 goals apiece. In Game 3, the Cullitons with a 2-0 series lead. It's do or die for the Corvairs tonight. They don't want to go back to Stratford tomorrow night to Allman Arena with the Cullitons leading 3-0. The Cullitons undefeated in the playoffs on home ice. The Stratford bench trying to get themselves fired up as they're all standing. Play back in to the Caledonia end as it's banked off the boards, chipped in by Brady. Gorley moving over the line, turning around. The centering pass for Silvestri. Montour picking it off, throwing it into the far corner. Pleon skating out the far side. The pass up to Culliton. Culliton throwing it into the zone, and Justice Husak covering up at the near side post at the top of his crease. 30 seconds into double overtime. This game brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. Watson and Norrie face off in the Caledonia zone from the right circle. Henderson picking it up now. Quilty throwing it down the ice, looking for Jeff Swift, but a little bit too far as the play goes for icing. Face off left circle this time. Ryan Watson to face off against Tyler Norrie. Watson winning the draw, swatting it to the corner, looking for Sauter, but they turn the puck over. Puck going back to neutral ice. Jake Ryan fanning on the shot. Norrie looking to forecheck as Moskant turns around, throws a pass up the boards. Ryan inside the line. The pass taken away by Blunt. Norrie now in the neutral zone. Scoops it up to Quilty on the far side. Moving around Moskant at the end line. Jeff McCardle near side, taken away by Dorian. Dorian chips it off the boards looking for Quilty as Moskant skates up past center going the other way. Christmas skating through the neutral zone now. Zemenko trying to stay onside, but Dorian and Ricci moving in on the right side. Move offside. 1 minute and 40 seconds into double overtime. Draw by the Stratford blue line, won by Brett Heyman. Places it back to Pleon on the near corner. Far side boards now as Zemenko in a battle for the puck. The Stratford forward rings it around the horseshoe. Ricci keeping it in, chipping it down into the neutral zone. Abraham back to pick it up within his own blue line. Ricci chipping it off the glass into the Stratford zone on the far side. Into the neutral zone as Wetlauer has to drop for Heyman as he loses possession of the puck. Flipping it off the glass is Culliton, or Pleon, excuse me. Caledonia throwing it right back in. Murphy getting to the puck off the end boards. Breyer Jonathan at the end line looking for Brown on a pass. Can't get it to him. Pleon behind his own net. Pleon going through the neutral zone. The lead pass to Wetlauer taken away by Montour. Drops for Blythe in his own zone. Blythe avoiding Killens. The pass up past center to Montour. Montour down the far side now and backhanded out by Moskant. Killens chasing far side, calling for the puck is Mitch Brooks. Caledonia getting back. Montour throwing it up around the side boards. Moskant stopping it at the point. Killens at the side left circle. Here's a turnaround. Husak making the save. Husak getting the stick down. Side of the net. Riker Killens on the wraparound. Brooks behind the net. Killens almost ending this game. Husak somehow able to get the stick down. Montour behind the net. Caledonia flipping it out past Moskant. The defender leaving the puck going for icing. And a face-off back in the Caledonia zone. Watson to take the draw against Mitch Brown. Watson winning the draw, the slapper off the end boards. Moving around the outside is Sauter back to the far side, in behind the net looking for Watson. Connor Murphy beating him to the puck, but the puck not out. Sauter back to the point, fluttering up over the net on the shot. Brown looking to cut it off at the far post, and the quick shot by Watson. Husak down on all fours to make the save at the top of the blue paint on the far side. Culliton to take the draw against Adam Brady. Culliton winning the draw. putting it back to the right wing, and the quick shot handled by Husak. In behind the net, Culliton looking for a centering pass, taken away by Brady. In on the 2-on-2 now as the forward falls down. Gorley crossing the blue line to a wide open Silvestri. Silvestri looking down on a 2-on-1, the shot. Husak cutting the angle. So Silvestri was looking at the shot before it got to his stick. Stratford ended up going the other way down the far side on a 2-on-1. Husak coming up huge in the midsection at the top of his crease on the far side. 4 minutes into double overtime. Norrie winning the draw, placing it off back to the corner, looking for Blunt. Henderson trying to get it out of there. Swift eventually does so. Here's Quilty looking to beat Pleon to the puck. Ryan getting back behind his own net for the Cullitons. Swift backhands it down into the corner, the puck coming out the near side. Henderson leaves it on at the left point. Swift chasing in the corner, and Killens dumping him there. Quilty the backhand to Swift in behind the net to the end line to Norrie. The centering pass taken away by the Cullitons. The puck ending up in the Stratford bench. Tonight's game brought to you by Arc Pro HD Video Productions. Please visit us at arcprohd.com. Zamenko to take the draw from the left circle, wins the draw, the short pass to Ricci. Dorian shot in behind the net now. Ricci the centering pass looking for Zamenko. Blythe clearing it back in. All the way around the wall to Dorian. Dorian near side, taken away by Vandergunst. Vandergunst throwing it off the glass back into the neutral zone. Blythe over to Montour far side. Montour throwing it off the glass to Ricci at neutral ice. Here's a possible 3-on-2. The drop for Ricci, and it trickles wide into the corner beside the near post. Ricci with a knuckleball off the far side. Caledonia right back to the attack. Montour pinned on the half wall. Stratford going up around the boards to the near side. Zamenko cuts it off there. Vandergunst looking for the puck. Gorley in there in a battle. Comes out to Silvestri at the left circle. Gorley back in behind the net. Moskamp with the puck now skating out the far side. Throws it off the boards in the neutral zone. Picked off by Montour. Adam Brady going right back in on the far side before he falls down. Play in the neutral zone, taken away by Abraham down the far wall to Montour. The pass to the sideboard, looking for Montour once again. Cut off by Wetlauer. Puck now beside the Stratford bench. Wetlauer in on a partial break far side. Husak throwing the puck back to the corner. Puck moving through the neutral zone. Gorley trying to go around the defender before going off on a line change. Silvestri back behind his net to Abraham. 12:42 left in the second overtime period. Pleon back for the Cullitons to touch up. Jake Pleon in behind his own net, looking to avoid the forecheck of Swift. Blunt down the boards, throws it right back in far side. The cross ice pass to Pleon, up the sideboards to the red line. All the way down the near side boards. Icing on the call, and a face-off inside the Stratford blue line. Norrie winning the draw, the quick shot by Quilty. Tried to go to the backhand, but lost the puck. Stratford clearing the puck. Brooks giving chase down the near side. Norrie to take the draw from the same circle. Norrie back to the boards. Henderson moving in off the blue line, sees Norrie. Norrie trying to find a wide open Quilty. Henderson slaps it off the near side boards. Quilty in the corner gathers it in on the far side. Blunt the slap shot and the save in between the pads by Caldwell. Swift and another Stratford forward, Brooks, throw a few fists at the far post. Norrie to take the draw from the right circle to the left glove side of Caldwell, deep in the Stratford zone. Norrie winning the draw, but the Stratford defender picking up the puck. Can't clear the zone. Blythe shot back. Quilty giving chase in the far corner before it's taken and dropped off the boards by a Stratford forward. Moskamp back beside his own blue line, throws it back through the neutral zone. The shot from a bad angle by Watson. Play on the far board. Norrie speeding up through the neutral zone. Can't turn around in time to give it to Montour. And it's thrown back in by Trevor Sauter on the backhand. Jake Ryan backhanding it in off the other side, the whistle going. Off the backhand by Ryan by the side of the Caledonia bench. Brown to take the draw beside the Stratford blue line. Off to his left to Jonathan. The slapper by Abraham into the glove from outside of the blue line. Into the glove of Caldwell. Face off in the Stratford zone. Brown to take the draw. Brown forcing it off past the end line into the far corner. Jonathan looking for the puck. He gets it. Passes back to Murphy, over to the line to Abraham. The shot going wide into the near corner. Christmas moves up to put it back into the corner near side. Connor Murphy wrapping around behind the net, back to the point to Abraham, has to backhand it into the corner to Murphy. Murphy looking for Abraham, picked off by Riker Killens, trying to go the other way. Wetlauer taking the puck in the neutral zone, taken away by Christmas. The pass to Abraham, skating over the red line, flipping it high off the glass on the end corner. Gorley intercepting, throwing it back in near side. Brady giving chase. Moskamp cuts him off down the far side board. Vandergunst over the Caledonia blue line. The shot in between two defenders off into the near side. Lead pass to Gorley. Gorley now going one-on-one with the defender in alone and bowls over the goaltender. What a move by Spencer Gorley. Walks around Moskamp, the Stratford defender, and ends up falling into the net, looking to end this game. Now under the 10-minute mark of the second overtime period. Gorley angry at the referee. Apparently wanted a penalty or a penalty shot. He said he was around the defender. The referee doesn't agree. Brady winning the draw off to Ricci off the left side, trying to move into the Stratford zone. Banked off the boards and out. Henderson back for the Corvairs. The pass up beside the bench. Ricci giving chase on the near side, but the Stratford defender cutting him off, moving to his inside. Mitch Brooks now going the other way. Huzak clearing it around the boards to Culliton down the far side. Silvestri moving up past the blue line. Possible 3-on-2 here. Silvestri moving around the defender. Pleon, the net knocked off its moorings at the near side. Silvestri right around the defense. Again, no call on the play. Face-off in the Stratford zone. Norrie winning the draw, back to the boards at the right side. Getting just over the line before Blythe dumps it back in, picked up by Mike Pleon behind his own net. Pleon out the near side, taken away by Caledonia at neutral ice. Pleon inside his own blue line now. The drop pass and up the boards to Jake Ryan. Montour down the far side board looking for Quilty, intercepted by the defender Pleon. Caledonia able to keep it in momentarily before it's chipped out on the far side. Swift back to recover for Caledonia. Montour has to come back as well. Quilty moving over the far side looking for Montour. The quick shot around the net. Montour looked for the wraparound, but it rolled off his stick. Abraham in the slot. Puck moving through the neutral zone, picked up by Montour. Head up, goes down the far wall to Norrie. Down into the corner is Scott Dorian. Cut off by Josh Miller down the far sidewall. Moskant clears it into the crowd as he's forechecked by Zamenko. Fans calling for a delay of game, conferring with the timekeeper. Zamenko in the Stratford end takes the draw. Stratford winning it, can't pull it past the left side of the blue line. Christmas tries to keep it in, ends up on the stick of Dorian. He turns around, throwing it back into the corner for Fab Ricci in behind the net. Dorian looking for a check. Abraham, the shot trickles wide on the far side. Dorian and Ricci there looking for rebounds. Play through the neutral zone. Christmas back, swats it to the far side to Abraham, moving over the line as Dorian. Dorian moving around the defender. The centering pass, Silvestri moving off the blue line. The far pass, Zamenko back to the line, Abraham. Christmas moving in off the blue line, chopping at it is Riker Killens. Miller pinned on the boards far side. 4 players looking for the puck now. Henderson in the neutral zone, up to Gorley, cut off by Vander Gunst. Vander Gunst dropping it to the defender. The pass through the neutral zone for Brett Heyman, and they call off the icing. Wow, the referee's letting everything go. The shot from the near side off the shoulder of Huzak. Gorley skating hard through the neutral zone. The backhand through the defender Pleon and covered up at the near post by Nick Caldwell. 6:10 to go, second overtime. Game number 3 of the GOJHL Midwestern Conference semifinal. The Stratford Cullitons with a 2-0 series lead. Brown winning the faceoff, shot by Montour, deflects off something in front, ends up out the far corner as Brown looking for a rebound. Blythe far side, back into the corner, picked up by Mike Pleon behind the net, down the near board to Sauter. Sauter losing the puck in neutral ice. Brown banking it off the boards on the far side. Pleon behind the net, up to Sauter on the near side. Blythe throwing it right back in, chipped off the boards by the Stratford bench was Jeff Swift with the pass. Montour back into neutral ice to Swift. Swift gets a short pass away. The puck dribbling down in behind the net, picked up by a Stratford defender, throwing all the way down the ice, back across to the neutral zone by Abraham. Swift onside, losing his stick. O'Brien going the other way over the Caledonia blue line. The shot kicked away into the corner near side by Huzak. Moskant back inside off his own side of the center ice red line. Caledonia right back to the attack. Norrie shoots it in. Pleon from the end boards far side into the neutral zone. O'Brien looking to streak through, moves in. Jake Ryan on the offside, off to his right. Under 5 minutes to go now. Double overtime. This presentation brought to you by ARC Pro HD Video Productions. Visit us online at arcprohd.com. Zemenko with the draw by the blue line, pushes it up to Dorian, who falls down at center ice. Jake Ryan doesn't get the puck, so Dorian takes it instead. Ricci with a move around the defender. Caldwell had to be quick to the near side post to make the save. The pass getting too far ahead of Ricci. Caldwell able to cover up. Zemenko winning the draw, passing it to the corner on the near side. Dorian pinning his man up against the boards. Ricci behind the net, up the far side wall. Blunt shooting it right back in, hitting the end board, gathered in by the Stratford defender through the neutral zone. Henderson a short pass looking for Jonathan, back on the stick of Henderson, over to Zemenko and chipped away by Moskant. Stratford turning it over, a shot to the right side of the high slot by Jonathan. Henderson down in behind the net. Jonathan giving chase far side, picked up by Stratford, turned over, the shot hit the crossbar. Jonathan hitting the crossbar on the far side with a wide open shot. Under 4 minutes to go, double overtime. Stratford down the near boards. Trevor McDonald trying to go through the neutral zone. Blythe shooting it back in. Pleon behind his own net, coming out the far side. Brady looking to forecheck, trying to take it away from him. Blythe down inside the Stratford blue line, throwing up. Brady intercept down the far sidewall. Montour shooting it in. And Caldwell having to go down to his knees to make the save. 2:58 to go, double overtime. Briar Jonathan with the best chance of the game, wide open from inside the right face-off circle, hitting the crossbar. Brady winning the draw, back to the point. Montour, Gorley looking for a deflection in front. Backhand picked up by Stratford. Montour in his own side of the red line, up to Brown, over to Silvestri down the left wing. Looking for Brown. Brown tied up by Pleon, giving a shot to the head. Montour tied up far side boards. Picked up by Brooks, can't clear the blue line. Gorley moves in off the blue line, down the far side, into the slot. The and they score! Brandon Montour with the hard slap shot. Gorley moving in off the other side. Spencer Gorley moving in off the point on the right side, sliding it across to Montour. Montour moving in off the point on the left side. The Corvairs score! The Corvairs get the winning goal from Brandon Montour with 2:22 left in the second overtime period. And the Caledonia Corvairs go back to Stratford tomorrow night, down 1 in the series. So there will be a game 5 here at the HCCC on Wednesday night. Tomorrow night's game at Almond Arena in Stratford. So for ARC Pro HD Video Productions, I'm John Molson. Your final score here tonight. Brandon Montour scores with 2:22 left in double overtime off the hard slap shot, moving in off the left point, off the initial cross ice feed. Gorley moving in off the point on the other side as well. The Corvairs win it in double overtime, 4-3. Tomorrow's game 4 at Almond Arena in Stratford. We'll see you back here Wednesday night for game 5 at the HCCC. Good night.
Yeah, he's got this.